Great. Hi, Tiqqy. Tiqqy is solutions for property management professionals. There's an entire industry devoted to this in the United States. I know it's not much of one in Israel, or at least I'm not aware if it says much of one in Israel, but let's get forward. Tiqqy makes it easier for property managers to do their job. The problem with the current process is that it's essentially paper, and this hasn't changed. If I'm a property manager and I'm out on the road, I'm writing down everything into a notepad. Let's take an example. I get a phone call from a tenant. The tenant has a plumbing issue. I'm furiously writing down the tenant, the address, everything about it. I've got 15 pages long because I'm working with hundreds of properties that are under my jurisdiction. And this is what it starts out with, and at the end of the day, this is the leading property management software solution. I have to do data entry for a couple of hours, or more likely, my company has a person who's dedicated his entire life to inputting data into that software. He actually gets paid pretty well. This problem is so large that a medium-sized property management company that's also an owner of property in Long Beach, California, wants to be our prototype client. They are paying well over $100,000 a year for the current software, and they don't like it. They flew out 6 employees to Washington, D.C. to train for a week on how to use the software, and it's just a productivity sink. So they want to help us create the next answer. So the solution to the paper is, of course, mobile devices. There's no reason why if I get a call from a tenant who has a plumbing issue, that is already registered in my contacts. All I have to do is select plumbing, maybe add a little bit of extra information into the system, and then it automatically gets loaded into the database for future reference, filing, etc. And then when I decide to call the plumber, I have an immediate log of all the plumbing issues instead of having to go through 15 pages of paper. It's a real pain. I know, I did it. So there are approximately 45 million units that are managed in the United States alone, not to mention international markets, the rest of the world. And there are, of course, ancillary revenue streams, everything from credit checks to payment processing. It's, at our pricing, which significantly undercuts the competition, we're $1 billion plus market in the US. So the go-to-market strategy, the typical small product management company has at least 300 units under management. That translates into over $10,000 a year in annual revenue, which means that we can employ the most effective but also the most expensive customer acquisition technique, which is, of course, direct sales. Our team combines industry experience, domain expertise, as well as technology, startup experience, and user interface design. Of course, we have a lot of other components that need to be rounded out. I'm sure you noticed we didn't benefit from a graphic designer on our team over the past 3 days. And please contact us. We want to hear from people who would be interested in using the software, people who want to be development partners, people who are thinking about investing. This idea is only 3 days old. We already have a prototype client. Thank you.